And in today's news, we have more government gang warfare going on. And we can see they're remodeling a town for these people. Yeah, so they can build new structures for them. Better, and give them a better life. Yeah, who cares if it kills people, right? We're going to come in there and we're going to remodel the place for you after we destroy it. And we're going to displace people so they have to live in tents and live out in the bush. Might be better off. We all probably might be better off just walking away from the cities and letting the whole thing collapse, tell you the truth. And let's see if these people wearing three-piece suits and ties that are real criminals of the cartels, let them try to fend for themselves without us servants catering to them. Yeah, building everything for them. Yeah, that's what this deal is, folks. We're a bunch of suckers is what it is. The people at the top are making out like bandits. And then you have these orators called journalists that get up there with a backdrop that she's not even standing there. I mean, that's in a studio, okay? That's a backdrop. And then they spew out their scripted script so that they can make a paycheck. So they're not telling the truth. They did no real journalism. They didn't go there. I mean, really? That's journalism, huh? Spewing out a bunch of fucking lies for your boss. And the boss is on all these media outlets are owned pretty much by 6 corporations. And all the board members are the same in those 6 corporations. That's pretty amazing, huh? So I guess you're going to get honest information, right? You're not going to get scripted news. Nah, these people are honest. We can trust them, right? Take a look around the world, people. That should tell you what the whole deal is. And then we got criminal bloodlines still existing in power somehow. I have no idea. I mean, people must be really blind. I mean, absolutely frickin' blind or stupid that they can't remember what happened yesterday. I mean, that's just really what's happening. So they just keep listening to the spewing shit that comes out of these people's mouths. And they believe what they say, and they keep, I don't know why they keep being blinded by the real physical evidence that's right in front of their face. Who these three-piece criminals are. I mean, how can we deny this fact? I mean, this is an absolute fact of what's going on. We have a bunch of criminals running the world. I mean, it's pretty blatantly obvious. I mean, real good people wouldn't create this mess. Only bad people would. And then they conned somewhat good people into joining these things because real good people would never join this. They would never get involved in this. Now, even though it's a sad thing that there's more good people, truthfully, than bad people, and the good people actually are doing nothing to stop that real small handful of Klansmen around the world, because it is a small Klansmen, groups of people around the world that are creating all of this mess for us good people, that we're having to deal with all this disaster, this destruction, all of this murdering going on that we call war. And we outnumber them by 10 to 1. Really. And I don't know why we sit around letting these people disrupt the world and make it very difficult for us to survive and live in this planet. It's a real disgusting concept of what we have been suckered into. Perpetual war. You go back into history books, you keep flipping the pages, going back every day. This is an ongoing, occurring thing. It really is. You don't bring peace by destroying everything. All that does is bring more destruction because of vengeance and I'm going to get you back mentality. But most of these wars are fermented by money junkies. Yeah, don't you love the Toyota? And I bet you that gun. Where do these people get these guns? Huh? I want to know, where do they buy these guns? Because there's only a few manufacturing companies around the world that actually have the ability and resources and funds to actually make this stuff. And then we're going to believe some rad-tag guys that live in the freaking desert. Really. Some ragtag guys that live in the desert are going to have the resources to get this shit. Now, that's another common sense thing people aren't paying attention to. Where did they get this fucking cannon? I bet you that's a howitzer cannon. I could be wrong. And if that is, where did they buy that thing? If they can only buy these from the so-called, what we call, or the news and the media, and everything is played out as called a third world country. So how do these third world countries get these things? Well, through back doors, through the nations that they're fighting. That's how they're getting these things. And boy, those countries that are fighting, they definitely want to keep you in the scam so that you can believe that these people somehow mysteriously, miraculously found these fucking guns or confiscated them or whatever. And from some of the greatest fighting forces around the planet. Pretty amazing, isn't it? How that they could get this stuff. And, you know, the funny thing is, how do they get that? That's a pretty fucking new truck. Chevrolet. Don't you see the picture, people? If these people were enemies, how are they getting this equipment? How? Oh, some black market, right? Who runs the black market? Same people that are getting up on front of the TV, man. Yeah. I mean, that amazes me. They got a Chevrolet. That's what blew me away. The Chevy right here. I'm all, wow, look at that. Every time I look at pictures and I see these videos and I see the evidence in the background, I'm like, wow, you know, what I see and what you guys are telling me, it don't match. It doesn't come together as called truth. What it actually shows me is your guys are a bunch of freaking liars. Yeah, it's a sad thing that we've got suckered into believing a bunch of criminals as good people. They're not. They're not good people. Far from being good people. Because if they were good people, they wouldn't be doing this. They're constantly doing this. Throughout human history, the bad guys have been in charge. Remember that. The bad guys are in charge. Do I got to sound like a broken record? The bad guys are in charge. All of them are bad guys. They go and meet in secret meetings. Find out where all the wealth and resources are in these countries. Sure funny that all these countries that are being attacked have a lot of resources. Pretty amazing. It's just like America. All the Europeans that were coming and flocking to America, supposedly to escape persecution. Sure funny, they wouldn't have had a frickin' thing to do with that country if they didn't find a wealth of resources. They would have packed their bags up and said, man, these local people here, they could have this fucking shithole place. We're going back to the shithole place we left. But no, they came here on discovery. And when they discovered there was wealth to be had, it was like a black plague coming to that country. And those poor people were succumbed. And the story goes that they were savages. That they were backwards people. Pulling women by the hair. Yep. That they had no intelligence. They were dumb people. But the fact now, after all these years, we come to find out they had a very organized society. And they were very loving people in their own way. Yeah, and I'm not proclaiming they were perfect. They have fought and had their problems. But they were not masters at war. And when you hear the word warrior for an American Native Indian, warrior doesn't mean that they're a great fighter. A warrior is one that protects people from shit like this that you're looking at. To protect the elderly, to protect the children, and protect the families, and to protect their tribes. So, realistically, the natives in America weren't the bad guys. The bad guys were the ones that were invading them. And everybody will go, well, that was just the way things are, and that's invasion and conquering. And really, are we doing anything different than yesterday? No, we're not. We're still going and invading people, doing the same thing, calling them savages, when probably we were the bad guys. That's really what it boils down to. I didn't see the natives getting on fucking canoes and going to Europe and trying to invade Europe, do you? Did you see that? Is that a part of history? Is that a reality? No. The ones that are out looking for places to go, pretty much. There's an agenda. And we have to question the story of that agenda when it is being spoken. And find out if the truth is behind that agenda that they proclaim, why they left. And then watch their actions once they get there to see what they do. Because we're going to continue seeing this. And we're going to continue supporting this because these little criminals, they wouldn't get away with doing this stuff. If they did, they couldn't extort money from us. These people are actually lazy enough and so psychotic and narcissistic in their minds, they won't go out and earn anything on their own. They got to con people into doing everything for them. And that's a true reality, people. Most of the wealthy people, especially the ones that walked into wealth, they're the laziest fuckers on the planet. They wouldn't work hard for shit. Imagine seeing a royal. Just imagine seeing a blue blood working his ass off. I would actually love to see that. Let's see him go out and sweat in the fucking 110 degrees, 120 degrees, pounding fucking nails, cutting wood, pouring cement. Let's see you little pansy-ass three-piece suit fucking piece of shits do that shit. I highly doubt most of you have. Matter of fact, most of the people in government, it's all a cycle. Bringing in the criminal-minded is what it is. All of our laws are based from criminal-minded people. No wonder the world is proliferated with this disastrous problem. It's an easy equation. If good people were really in charge, you wouldn't be looking at a picture like that right now. And that is a fact. Bad people seek power. Bad people will do anything that they want to be in power. They will murder, step on people. They'll do anything. They'll create fucking stories. And this become a plague in society. And our plague is poisoned minds. Because our past is poisoned by bad people being in charge. Thank you for listening and have a good day. And I'll bring you some more bad news later on.